Richard Greer, CP Media Team. I'm here at the front runner, and Oska has just made it back from Auckland. It's Thursday, a couple of days late, but that's okay. You did really well, eh? You must be pretty stoked with your day out in Auckland.
Morning. It was very early.
Right. Yeah.
Just an hour before the sun came up. Really, it was really good. I think, like I said last week, just jumping in there for our viewers back home, you had a big goal to go up to Auckland and have a crack at the half marathon, and you actually won it and run it really well. You had a good run, eh? Yeah, it was about doing those things in the week, the processes correct, and entrusting those with other people, and letting those things happen. They're all good things, and then getting up there, being in control of what I could be in control of, understanding the distractions. And then not letting them affect me, and having a toolbox to make that happen. And then just getting to that start line.
And what were some of those things one thing in your toolbox to help you with those distractions? Yeah,
so a lot around music, a lot around sort of saying no to stuff. There's no... how was I going to warm up? What time was I going to be there? Was I going to let who was racing influence what I wanted to do? No, I wasn't, because I can only control what I can. And I went through those processes really well. And I think standing at the start line, I was like, wow, it wasn't about winning or running fast. It was about running the best that I could, and then knowing that if I delivered that, someone was going to have to work really hard to beat me, and knowing my strengths, which are hills and making people suffer when it hurts the most.
Based on your endurance and the fact that you run 100 k's a week and things like that, you've done the work.
And that was kind of always my plan. Was there's sort of 6 or 7 of us to begin with, and every little rise I just kept the paces if we're running on the flat, and one more fell off, and just tried to be in control as much as I could, and sort of race smart. Don't use too many candles too early, and just try and get to that bridge, which I guess makes or break the race. In the best state I could, with the few amount of people on the back as I could, and then just get to the bottom of that bridge and then just let it rip.
And what K marker was that?
About 14.
Right. Okay.
About 14k I think, and I just went up as hard as I could, didn't look back. Got over the top, ran as hard as I could, and then just kept running as hard as I could.
Did you look back?
No, it wasn't until I came down off the bridge and ran into the harbour where that the boat club is, where I took a sneaky little look back, and I sort of guessed I probably had about 250 metres.
Okay, so you'd made an effect.
And I thought, well, he's going to have to run pretty quick to get back on me. We've got 3k to go. By that stage, 3.5k to go, so that's a long way to make up when we're running at 3 flats. He's going to have to go somewhere, and that was sort of another job done. Just got to stay upright now.
Good. and hurting at that stage, like it's all well and good you talk to us about this, but that's fast. It's next level.
I think people think you don't hurt. I was definitely underdone, and I was quite happy with that. I felt quite fresh at the start, but I guess that came with the effect of I hadn't done some of the long work that we'd done in the past, just given how the last sort of 6 months had gone. And that last sort of 2k was pretty rough. It was definitely the top 2 inches making the difference. The legs were starting to
and that's what it is for an elite performer like yourself. Like, you actually learn to hurt, don't you? You don't just you don't just put yourself, you're not enjoying that at all. You've actually, that's what your training's about, isn't it?
And you're putting yourself in uncomfortable positions regularly and learning how to deal with those. And again, people say you go for a 2-hour run on a Sunday, that's learning to stand up for that long, and then you're doing your race pace stuff, that's learning to hurt and go that fast for as long as required. But hey, it was a cool feeling coming to the finish line, and saying, hey, we ticked that box, and for me that was super satisfying, and just a bit of a relief that hey, I can still do this. And that was also a nice feeling, and just the support that was out there was amazing. It was really cool.
Good stuff. No, that's so good. For those of us that didn't get the chance to sort of see you come across the finish line, could you take it to 3 steps back that way and just reenact that for us? Okay, what the last 3 metres of the course?
I walked the last 50. So I just pretty much just walked on in and just grabbed the banner and chucked it over myself, and then gave one of those ones and a cheer cuzzy to the boys on the side. I keep walking. Just like that.
There we go. So enough time to be able to cruise across the finish line and actually enjoy it.
And that for me as well it wasn't just that hour of hard running that I wanted to enjoy. It was actually the hard work over the last 4 or 5 months and all those changes. Like, that's all come to this. And how do we build on that now?
Cool. Exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Good stuff. Can I quickly ask what's next?
I've got one more race in this block, which is in Wellington next weekend. So this week's really easy, like half an hour jog. So I took 2 days off, and then just half an hour jogs to the weekend, trying to qualify for a World Cross Country Champ. So that's the big hairy goal. and that's going to challenge me, and I'm excited for that challenge. So it's going to get me out of bed in the morning.
Well done, Oscar. I think we need a high five. Great job.